Hey everyone, welcome back to Sci-Fi Space. We're diving into the wildest corners of the galaxy today. What if every lost empire in the universe left us a warning about Earth, and we totally blew it off? Ancient aliens begged us to stay away, saying we're guarding something terrifying. But what happens when one guy ignores them all and cracks the secret wide open? Stick around, cause this one's gonna blow your mind. If you love epic sci-fi mysteries like this, hit that subscribe button right now and join the Sci-Fi Space crew. We're just getting started. Jake was exhausted, his tentacles aching as he crouched over the latest find on Kelvos 9. A cosmic archaeologist by trade, he'd spent the last 4 cycles, whatever that meant, in galactic time, digging through the ruins of dead civilizations. 17 extinct species, to be exact, and he'd catalogued every one of them. Today, it was the Vorin Empire's turn. Once rulers of 5 galactic arms, they were now nothing but frozen relics and shimmering crystal slabs. Jake didn't care much for the cold or the history lessons. He was here for answers, and he'd just found something that made his gut twist. He switched on his scanner, a faint blue light humming as it traced the crystal's surface. A holographic figure flickered to life, a Vorin Archon, its voice sharp and urgent despite the millions of years it'd been waiting. To whoever finds this, listen up, it said. We leave a warning about Sector 82Y19, the 3rd planet of the Yellow Star. They call it Earth. They guard something worse than you can imagine. Stay away. The hologram blinked out, leaving Jake staring at the slab. He sighed, tentacles slumping. Earth again, he muttered, scribbling in his log, 18 civilizations, 18 warnings. 18. The number gnawed at him. Every dig, every ruin, every scrap of data, he kept finding the same damn thing. Earth? Something worse. Don't go near it. He'd seen it carved in stone, etched in metal, even sung in atomic vibrations. And yet, nobody knew what worse meant. Jake rubbed his temples, or what passed for temples, on his squishy head, and opened a COMM line to his new partner, Lila Unit. She was an AI stuffed into an old coffee maker, a choice Jake still didn't get, but she was sharp. Too sharp, sometimes. Lila, you're not gonna believe this, he said, his voice crackling over the static. I found another one. Vorin Empire. Same deal, Earth, something worse, don't mess with it. Lila's reply came fast, dry as burned toast. Let me guess, Jake, another spooky note about your favorite backwater planet? You're obsessed. I didn't sign up to chase your conspiracy theories. Jake clenched a tentacle, fighting the urge to snap. It's not a theory, Lila. It's a pattern. 18 advanced species, all gone, all pointing at Earth. You telling me that's a coincidence? Lila snorted, or as close as an AI in a coffee maker could get to snorting. I'm telling you it's a waste of time. Earth's a dump. Primitive tech, messy networks, no galactic footprint. Why do you care what a bunch of extinct losers thought about it? Jake's patience thinned. Because they weren't losers when they wrote this stuff. The Vorin ruled half the galaxy. Something scared them enough to leave a warning, and I'm gonna figure out what. Lila's tone turned icy. Good luck with that. Don't expect me to clap when you crash and burn. Jake cut the line, fuming. Lila was new, his last partner had quit after a blowout over the same damn thing, and she was already a pain. But he didn't need her approval. He needed answers. 18 civilizations didn't just vanish for no reason, and they sure didn't waste their last breaths on random warnings. Earth was the key, and Jake could feel it in his bones, or whatever he had instead of bones. He tapped his log again, adding a note, why Earth? Why always Earth? He leaned back, staring at the crystal slab. The Vorin message wasn't just a warning, it was a plea. Stay away, they'd said. But why? What could a little blue planet, barely a speck in the galactic map, do to terrify a species that once bent stars to their will? Jake's mind raced. He'd seen hints before, cryptic lines about Earth's guardians, vague threats about what lies beneath. But this was different. The Vorin had ruled with precision, their archives legendary. If they bothered to leave this behind, they meant it. Lila might ditch me, he muttered, but I'm not stopping. He packed up his gear, the crystal slab tucked under a tentacle. One way or another, he'd dig up the truth about Earth, even if it killed him. 18 warnings weren't a fluke. They were a scream across time, and Jake was finally listening. Jake didn't waste time after Kelvo's 9. He dragged Lila unit along to the next site, a dusty red planet called Zaldhar, where the Thaler swarm once buzzed. The swarm had been a hive mind species, giant insects that built empires out of sand and spit. Now, their fossilized nests were all that was left. Jake poked through the rubble with his tentacles, scanner humming, until he hit pay dirt, a message carved into a petrified hive wall. He translated it on the spot. Earth's a trap, it read. Don't go near it, even if you think you've got it figured out. Jake's pulse quickened. Number 19, he muttered, jotting it down. He patched Lila in. Thaler swarms on the list now. Same warning, Earth's hiding something bad. Lila's voice crackled back, dripping with sarcasm. Wow, Jake, another cryptic scribble. You're really cracking the case wide open here. Jake grit his teeth, or what passed for teeth. It's not just scribbles, Lila. These guys were smart. They didn't carve warnings for fun. Lila shot back, smart? They're extinct. Maybe they should have spent less time whining about Earth and more time not dying. Jake ignored her and kept moving. Next stop was the Kynix Choir, an asteroid belt where a species of sound worshippers once thrived. Their ruins were a mess of shattered resonators, but Jake found something, a melody encoded in atomic vibrations. He ran it through his scanner, and the translation hit him like a punch. They hide something worse than chaos, it sang. He logged it, 20. Lila piped up before he could even call her. Let me guess, Earth again? You're like a broken record, Jake. He snapped, yeah, and you're a coffee maker with an attitude. This is big, Lila. Bigger than you get. The last stop was Zevra Circuit, a machine planet where the air buzzed with static. The Zevra had been a civilization of AI, cold, logical, unstoppable, until they weren't. Jake dug through a pile of fried circuits and found a blinking code fragment. He hacked it open, their digital grid's chaos by design. Don't touch it. He added it to the tally, 21. 3 new finds, all pointing at Earth. It wasn't a hunch anymore, it was a neon sign screaming in his face. But Lila wasn't buying it. When Jake patched her into debrief, she cut him off mid-sentence. Jake, you're wasting my time. 21 sob stories from dead idiots don't mean squat. Earth's a nothing planet, barely spacefaring, drowning in their own trash. If it's so dangerous, why is it still kicking? Jake slammed a tentacle on his console, voice rising. Because they're hiding something. 21 civilizations, advanced, powerful, gone, and they all said the same thing. That's not a fluke, Lila. It's a freaking pattern. Lila's tone turned sharp as a knife. Or it's a bunch of losers who screwed up and blamed Earth to feel better about it. You're obsessed, Jake. I'm not here to play detective with you on some wild goose chase. Drop it, or I'm out. Jake's blood boiled. You think I'm making this up? The Thaler sent ships to Earth, none came back. The Kynix coded their warning in atoms. The Zevra fried their own systems after poking Earth's networks. This isn't random. Lila laughed, cold and mean. Oh, please. Maybe the Thaler sucked at navigation. Maybe the Kynix were artsy weirdos. And the Zevra? Probably just bad at hacking. You're seeing ghosts because you want to, Jake. I'm not sticking around to watch you lose it. Jake exploded. Then leave. Go brew coffee somewhere else, I don't need you. I'll prove this with or without your smug ass. He smashed the COMM button, cutting her off. The silence hit hard, but he didn't care. She was wrong. She had to be. He pulled up the Thaler message again. We sent ships to Earth. No one returned. That line stuck with him. The swarm didn't mess around, they'd conquered dozens of systems. If they lost ships, something took them out. Jake paced, tentacles twitching. The Kynix warning, worse than chaos, rattled around his head too. Chaos he could handle. But worse? What was worse? And as ever, machines didn't panic, but they'd burned out after brushing Earth's digital mess. It all fit, and Lila was too stubborn to see it. Fine, he growled to himself. She's out, I'm in. Earth's the answer, and I'm not stopping till I've got it. He grabbed his gear, the weight of 21 warnings pressing on him. Lila could walk away, but Jake was too deep. Every dead empire was yelling the same thing, and he wasn't about to ignore it. Not now. Not ever. Jake wasn't about to let Lila unit's exit slow him down. 21 warnings about Earth weren't some cosmic prank, they were a call to action. He needed a team, and fast. Sitting in his cramped ship, he scrolled through contacts, piecing together a crew crazy enough to follow him. First up was Dr. Vex, a liquid-based life form with a temper hotter than a supernova. Then Quinn Bite, an AI stuck in a beat-up toaster who loved running his mouth. Last was Zara Ray, a light being so full of herself she glowed brighter when she bragged. Not exactly a dream team, but they'd have to do. He called them in for a briefing. The ship's mess hall smelled like burned circuits and stale air, but Jake didn't care. He stood at the head of the table, tentacles spread, and laid it out. Listen up. I've got 21 dead civilizations, all smarter than us, saying Earth's hiding something nasty. I'm going there to find out what. You're either in or out. Dr. Vex sloshed in his seat, his gooey form rippling. You're nuts, Jake. I'm not dying for your stupid obsession. His voice was a wet growl, like he was choking on his own slime. Jake didn't flinch. It's not an obsession, it's a fact. The Thaler lost ships. The Zevra fried their brains. Something's up, and I'm not sitting here wondering. Quinn Bite chimed in, his toaster casing rattling as he laughed. Earth? That dump? Bet it's just a pile of digital garbage and bad ideas. You're gonna make us the galaxy's biggest joke, Jake. The AI popped out a charred slice of toast for emphasis, smirking through static. Jake glared. Laugh all you want, Quinn. 21 empires aren't wrong. Zara Ray cut in, her light pulsing like a strobe. Hold up. If anyone's leading this clown show, it's me. I'm the only one here with real skills, not some washed-up squid playing detective. She flared brighter, practically blinding the room. Jake's tentacles curled tight. You wanna lead? Fine, lead yourself out the airlock. This is my gig. The table erupted. Vex splashed a puddle onto the floor, yelling, I'm not risking my neck for this crap. Quinn buzzed, you're a lunatic, Jake. Zara snapped, I don't take orders from losers. Jake slammed a tentacle down, the bang echoing. Shut it, all of you. You think I dragged you here for fun? Earth's the key, 21 warnings don't lie. We're going, and that's final. Vex bubbled up, furious. Final? You don't call shots over me. I'm out, find some other sucker to die with you. He started oozing toward the door, but Jake blocked him. You walk now, Vex, and you're proving you're scared of a planet that's barely got space travel. You're tougher than that. Vex froze, his liquid eyes narrowing. Don't pull that on me, Jake. I'm not scared, I'm smart. Jake leaned in. Smart's figuring out why the Vorin begged us to stay away. Smart's not ignoring a galactic SOS. Vex sloshed back to his seat, muttering, you're a jerk, but fine. I'm in, for now. Jake nodded, then turned to Quinn. You, toaster boy, what's it gonna be? Quinn groaned, popping another burn slice. Ugh, fine. But when we crash and burn, I'm blaming you. Zara wasn't done. I'm still not taking orders from you, Jake. I'm here, but I'm running my own show. She crossed her glowing arms, or what passed for arms. Jake smirked. Run whatever show you want, Zara, as long as you're on the ship. She huffed, light dimming just a bit. It wasn't unity, hell, it was barely a truce, but Jake had them. 3 misfits, all pissed off, but on board. That's what mattered. He pulled up a star chart, pointing at Earth's system. We leave tomorrow. Cloaking technicians ready, scanners are hot. We're not tourists, we're digging for the truth. Vex grumbled, truth better not get me melted. Quinn snarked, hope they've got Wi-Fi, I'm not dying bored. Zara added, I'll record it all, but don't expect me to save you idiots. Jake ignored the jabs. Gear up and quit whining. We're doing this. The room stayed tense, like a bomb waiting to blow. Jake knew it, he could feel the cracks already. Vex was a loose cannon, Quinn was a smartass, and Zara thought she was God's gift. But he didn't need friends, he needed bodies who'd stick it out long enough to crack Earth's secret. 21 warnings burned in his head, louder than the arguing. Whatever worse was, it'd taken out empires. Jake wasn't about to let it scare him off, not yet. Jake's ship hummed through the void, cutting toward Earth's solar system like a knife through butter. The crew was on edge, Dr. Vex sloshing nervously in his corner, Quinn Bite's toaster buzzing with static, Zara pulsing like a moody spotlight. Jake stood at the helm, tentacles glued to the controls, eyes locked on the scanners. 21 warnings had brought them here, and he wasn't turning back. Cloaking's up, sensors are hot, he said. We're going in quiet. No screw UPS. Vex muttered, yeah, 'cause that's our specialty. They hit Jupiter first, its massive bulk looming on the screens. Then it happened, the great red spot, the giant storm, blinked. Not flickered, not shifted, blinked, like an eye winking at them. Vex jolted, splashing half his gooey self onto the floor. What the hell was that? It's looking at us. His voice was a panic gurgle. Jake stared, heart pounding. Gas giants don't blink, right? Quinn Bite popped a piece of toast, voice shaky. Nope. That's Eldritch level weird, Jake. You sure about this? Zara dimmed a bit. I caught it on film. Not a glitch. Jake waved them off, gripping the console. Keep it together. It's just a storm, probably. But doubt not at him. He punched the ship forward, past Jupiter's freaky stare, aiming for Mars. That's when the real crazy hit. The scanners fritzed, spitting out garbage data, random clips of Earth junk, cat videos, some guy yelling about politics, medieval monk chants remixed with bass drops. Quinn Bite screeched, his toaster sparking. I'm infected. Their memes are in my head, I'm looping Sweet Caroline. Smoke poured from his casing as he glitched. Shut it down, Quinn. Jake barked, but Vex lost it first. Panicking, he lunged for the controls, tentacles slipping in his own slime. He smashed a panel, and the ship lurched, alarms blaring. You dragged us into this crap, Jake. Vex roared, dripping everywhere. Now we're toast, literally. Jake shoved him back, tentacles trembling with rage. You broke the damn ship, you idiot. Sit down before I lock you in a bucket. Vex bubbled up, furious. You're the idiot. This is your fault, pushing us into this nightmare. Zara cut in, her light flickering. Both of you, chill. Something's off. The data's not just noise, it's leaking from Earth. Their internet's bleeding into space. Jake froze, checking the readings. She was right. The junk wasn't random, it was targeted, like Earth knew they were there. Before he could process it, Quinn's toaster dinged. A burned slice popped out, etched with words, "Welcome to Earth. Don't dig too deep." The crew went dead silent, staring at it. "What the actual hell?" Jake muttered, snatching the toast. Vex backed up, voice low. "That's it. We're screwed. I'm not dying for your stupid hunch." Jake rounded on him. "Nobody's dying. It's a message, proof something's watching us." Quinn, still glitching, wheezed, "Watching? It's trolling us, Jake. Memes and creepy toast? This ain't normal." Zara nodded, her glow unsteady. "He's right. This feels wrong, like reality's messing with us." Jake's mind raced. Jupiter blinking. Mars pumping out Earth's digital trash. Now a warning on toast? It was insane, but it fit. 21 civilizations had freaked out over this place. "We're close," he said, voice hard. "This is what they warned about. We're not bailing now." Vex exploded. "Close? We're in over our heads. You're gonna kill us all." He lunged again, this time for the navigation core, but Jake tackled him, pinning his slimy bulk to the deck. "Back off, Vex. We're finishing this." Vex thrashed, splashing goo in Jake's face. "You're a maniac. Let me go." Quinn buzzed, "Guys, stop, I'm still rick-rolling over here." Zara flared bright. "Enough. Look outside." They froze. Through the viewport, Earth hung blue and quiet, too quiet. The scanners showed nothing, no defenses, no ships, but Jake felt it, a weight, like the planet was staring back. "It knows we're here," he whispered. Vex slumped, panting. "Great. We're dead meat." Jake let him go, wiping slime off his face. "Not yet. Cloaking's still up, they can't lock us. We orbit, we watch, we figure this out." Quinn groaned, spitting static. "Orbit a planet that hacks me with pop songs? You're nuts." Zara dimmed again. "I'm recording, but this vibe's off the charts. Something's hiding." Vex just glared, dripping in defeat. "Your funeral, Jake." The ship settled into orbit, tension thick as tar. Jake gripped the toast, rereading the words, "Don't dig too deep." Whatever Earth was guarding, it was awake, and it was playing games. 21 warnings screamed in his head, louder than ever. He wasn't sure if they were hunters or prey, but one thing was clear, they'd crossed a line, and there was no going back. Jake's ship touched down in Nevada, a dusty stretch of nowhere dotted with sand and a lone donut shop glowing under neon lights. The toast message, "Don't dig too deep," still burned in his head as he led the crew inside. Dr. Vex sloshed behind, muttering curses, while Quinbide's toaster clinked with every step, still glitching from the mim attack. Zara Ray floated in last, her light dim and jittery. The place smelled like fried dough and coffee, and sitting at a corner booth was a guy in a rumpled suit, sipping from a mug that never emptied. His name tag reads Supervisor. "You're late," Supervisor said, folding a newspaper dated yesterday. "Welcome to Earth. Sorry for the weird vibes, comes with the gig." Jake slid into the booth, tentacles tense. "Cut the small talk. 21 civilizations say you're guarding something bad. What's the deal?" Supervisor grinned, leaning back. "Earth's not hiding a monster, Jake. It's the guardrail. We're the filter keeping the multiverse from crashing into perfect order. Chaos is our game, humans just play it better than anyone." Vex bubbled up, voice dripping with venom. "Bullshit. You're lying through your teeth." He splashed onto the table, knocking over a sugar shaker. "This is some con job, I'm not buying it." Supervisor didn't flinch. "Believe what you want, slime ball. Reality's a mess of stacked universes, and without chaos, they'd merge into one big, tidy nothing. Earth's the pressure valve, our memes, our dumb fights, our cat videos. They keep the whole damn thing from flatlining. Jake stared, piecing it together. So all those warnings, they weren't about a threat. They were about you holding the line. Supervisor nodded. Bingo. Every empire that poked us tried to fix the chaos. Thought they could tidy up the cracks. Big mistake. Order kills reality faster than you can blink. Quinbite buzzed, popping a toast crumb. Wait, so the internet crap that fried me, it's on purpose? Supervisor smirked. Yup. Every riddle's a tiny chaos bomb. Keeps the multiverse spinning. Zara flared, voice sharp. Then why's it feel like a trap? Jupiter winking, toast talking, this ain't normal. Supervisor shrugged. Side effects. Reality bends a little when you're the firewall. Humans don't notice, they are too busy arguing over pizza toppings. Jake's mind raced. 21 civilizations, all smarter than humans, all gone because they couldn't handle this? It clicked, but Vex wasn't having it. Screw this, he roared, lunging at Supervisor. You're a fraud, I'll rip the truth out of you. The room warped. Chairs floated, time stuttered, Supervisor's coffee splashed backward into the mug. Vex's gooey fist stopped an inch from the guy's face, stuck in midair. Vex, stop. Jake yelled, jumping up. He's not the enemy. Vex thrashed, splattering slime everywhere. He's playing us, Jake. You're blind, this is a setup. Supervisor sighed, brushing off his suit. Told you, chaos is messy. Keep that up, and reality might hiccup harder. Jake grabbed Vex, pinning him to the floor. Enough. He's telling the truth, I feel it. Vex snarled, struggling. Feel it? You're nuts. He's brainwashed you. Quinbite word, panicked. Guys, chill, I'm glitching again. This place is nuts. Zara darted to the door, light flickering. I'm done, I'm not sticking around for this freak show. She bolted outside, leaving a trail of sparks. Jake held Vex down, voice cracking. Stay with me, damn it. We've got the answer, Earth's not the bad guy. Vex broke free, shoving Jake back. Answer? This is garbage. You dragged us here to die, or worse. He pointed a dripping tentacle at Supervisor. He's hiding something, I know it. Supervisor stood, calm as ever. You want the real kicker? Those empires didn't just die, they erased themselves. Too much order, and poof, no more existence. Humans thrive in the mess. Your call, Jake, buy in, or join the wall of extinct suckers. Jake's head spun. 21 warnings, all wrong about the threat but right about the stakes. Earth wasn't guarding a monster, it was guarding chaos itself. He looked at Vex, raging, and sloppy, then at Quinn, sparking in the corner. Zara was gone, and the team was falling apart. You're asking me to trust humans over my own gut, Jake said, voice low. Supervisor nodded. Yup. Gut's overrated, humans don't even know why they sleep, and they are still here. Vex lunged again, but Jake blocked him, slamming him into a booth. Stop it, Vex. We're not fixing this by punching him. Vex glared, panting. You're picking him over us, you're dead to me, Jake. He stormed out, leaving a trail of goo. Quinn muttered, well, crap. Now what? Jake slumped, staring at Supervisor. The truth was here, but his crew was toast, figuratively and maybe literally. He had to choose, and fast. Jake stood in the wrecked donut shop, the air thick with tension and the smell of burned sugar. Supervisor leaned against the counter, sipping his endless coffee, waiting for an answer. Vex was gone, storming off in a slimy huff. Zara had bailed, and Quinbite sat in the corner, his toaster casing sparking and muttering, "BA to BA BA, I'm loving it," over and over. Jake's head pounded. 21 warnings, a planet full of chaos, and a human in a cheap suit telling him to pick a side, trust Earth, or fight it. He didn't like either option. "Screw this," Jake muttered, tentacles twitching. He reached into his pack and pulled out the Vorin crystal slab from Kelvo's 9, the first warning he'd found. It wasn't just a message, it was tech, old and humming with faint energy. He'd scanned it a dozen times but never pushed it. Now, with everything on the line, he didn't care about safe anymore. "You're not giving me the full story," he said to Supervisor. "And I'm done guessing." Supervisor's grin faded. "Whoa, hold up, Squid, don't do anything dumb." Too late. Jake slammed a tentacle into the crystal's center, and it lit up, pulsing red. A low hum filled the room, then a voice, "Vorin, ancient and pissed. Activate override. Release the primal flux." The floor shook. Quinn yelped, "What the hell, Jake?" Supervisor dropped his mug, eyes wide. "You idiot, that's a chaos key. You're gonna..." He didn't finish. A wave of raw, glitchy energy exploded from the crystal, ripping through the shop. Tables melted into goo, lights flickered into static, and reality bent like a bad TV signal. Jake stumbled back as the wave hit Earth outside. The sky twisted, blue 1 second, neon green the next. Buildings warped, folding into impossible shapes. A laugh track blared from nowhere, loud and creepy, while memes, cats, dancing babies, screaming goats, flashed across the air like holograms on steroids. "Primal flux," Jake whispered, gripping the crystal. It was the worst thing, pure, unfiltered chaos the Vorin had locked away. And he'd just let it loose. Supervisor lunged at him, suit flapping. "You moron. That's not supposed to be free, it's the raw stuff, the crap we filter." Jake shoved him off. "Filter? You said chaos keeps the multiverse alive, let's see it." The ground split, a black hole yawning open where the parking lot used to be. It didn't suck stuff in, it spat out noise, Rick rolls, tick-tock dances, a voice yelling, "Florida man strikes again." Vac's gooey trail boiled nearby, then evaporated with a scream. "No, no, no." Supervisor yelled, diving for cover as the hole grew. Quinn's toaster sparked one last time, then blew apart, his voice fading mid-jingle. "I'm lovin' it." Zara Ray's light zipped past the window, swallowed by a glitch storm. Jake stood frozen, crystal burning in his grip. Earth shuddered, then poof vanished. No explosion, no fade, just gone, leaving the black hole spinning in its place. It pulsed, spitting out a final message in neon text, "Chaos wins, suckers. Good luck." Then it laughed, a deep, warped cackle that echoed into the void. Jake dropped the crystal, panting. The ship was toast, the crew was dead or gone, and Earth, the guardrail, was history. He floated in the wreckage, staring at the hole. Had he saved the multiverse or screwed it? Supervisor's words rang in his head, "Order kills, chaos lives." But this was chaos on crack, wild, loud, and unstoppable. The hole burped, and a pixelated cat face grinned at him before dissolving into static. "What did I do?" Jake muttered, alone in the dark. The warnings, 21 voices hadn't lied. Earth guarded something worse, and he'd unleashed it. Maybe it'd keep reality spinning, like Supervisor said. Or maybe it'd eat everything, one meme at a time. The hole pulsed again, and a faint whisper drifted out, "Subscribe for more chaos, brother." Jake's tentacles slumped. He didn't know if he'd won or lost, but one thing was sure, the galaxy wasn't ready for this. Neither was he. So, Jake ignored every warning, unleashed pure chaos, and Earth's gone poof. Did he save the multiverse or doom us all? What do you think's coming next after that insane black hole twist? Drop your wildest guesses in the comments, I'm reading every single one. If you love this galactic roller coaster, smash that like button, it really helps Sci-Fi Space grow. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a story like this. We've got more mind-bending sci-fi headed your way, and I want you along for the ride. Thanks for watching, Sci-Fi Space fam. See you in the next galaxy.